Night of the Living podcast is always ad-free for patrons at patreon.com/NOTLP.
Hey everybody, welcome to Night of the Living podcast, where we talk about horror, science fiction, and fantasy films, particularly this month, high fantasy films.
The highest of highs. Well, not with this movie.
So high fantasy is other worlds, wizards, magic, and all that. Amy's here,
Yes.
Andy is here.
Hey.
And you probably are wondering, wasn't
Freddy's
Krause? I'm Freddy, and Krause was supposed to be today, but we decided to shuffle the schedule and do Masters of the Universe and Krause next week.
Because Masters of the Universe just came out.
Right.
So let's capitalize on it. Synergy, y'all.
Synergy. Yeah, so we'll get into that later on. Patrons, thank you so much.
We saw Masters, the new one, this weekend. So we mastered the universe by seeing both of them.
We mastered ourselves. But
we talked about it. We talked about, there's a review on Topicana on Patreon.
Patreon.com/NOTLP.
Yeah.
It's the Castle Grayskull edition.
Yes. It's easy to find.
And also on Patreon, you can get ad-free versions of this show and Zoned Out, the Twilight Zone Revisited. The most recent one on there is The Midnight Sun. Like, what would happen if the Earth just started heating up? I wonder. Far-fetched?
Wouldn't know what would happen.
Real good episode. Professor David Perlmutter's back with us to give us some great insights.
The professor?
The professor, author of Blog Wars and Policing the Media. The
Smart
professor.
fella.
Smart fella.
If he's a professor, then who are you on the island?
I'm probably Gilligan, honestly.
You have major Gilligan energy.
I'm not as inept as Gilligan, but
No.
I feel like I have a Gilligan personality.
Yeah. So who was Joe then?
Who is Joe? Joe is maybe the professor.
But the professor is the professor.
The professor's the professor. Joe's the millionaire.
Joe's the millionaire. With a little bit of Marianne. Marianne?
Yeah. He's definitely more Marianne than the millionaire. Joe's Marianne. The professor is the professor, of course.
Marianne's the movie star, right?
No, the country girl who wears the little shorts. Not because Joe wears little shorts or anything. He's just wholesome. He's a wholesome guy.
It was Ginger, right? Am I getting any of this
Ginger
correct?
was the movie star.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You were doing great, guys. You were getting everything right.
And it's Mrs. Who? Van Camp? I don't know. Who's the millionaire's wife?
Aren't they the Howells?
They were the Howells, yeah.
The Howells, okay.
If you're young out there and you're like, oh, what have I done? Gilligan's Island is an old sitcom that it was old when we were kids, but it was syndicated.
Yeah.
So we got to see it growing up. Did you guys have like a favorite episode of that show?
No, I don't think I ever really watched it enough to have a favorite episode.
Well, I remember watching it, but I feel like all the episodes kind of merged together.
Oh, there's
one where the natives they encountered some natives, right?
Oh yeah, everything you can think that could happen on that show happened. Like my favorite's the Harlem Globetrotters was great.
and they just left them on the island after.
Yeah, because they'll have celebrity guests, but somehow the celebrity will always get off the island where it doesn't work out for the rest of them.
That's got to be really disappointing for them as characters.
Yeah, that they're living in paradise, kind of.
True.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of a little. So yeah, Gilligan's Island. I'm glad we talked about it. How did we get here?
We got here because of the professor.
Ah, yes. Zoned Out. Okay, yeah. That's correct. All right. So, yes, our Masters of the Universe review is on Topicana, patreon.com/NOTLP. Also over there is Origins, where it's our early episodes with new commentary. You can get that.
Yeah, the Bell Witch Haunting and Midnight Madness. Midnight Madness. I love this movie. Was this my pick? Was this like a staff picks thing?
It was a staff picks month.
Okay.
And you picked Midnight Madness starring Michael J. Fox.
It's a great little movie. I want to watch it again.
You stand by your 2014 selection?
Did I like it when you listened to the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Okay.
I mean, you picked it, so I assume you would like it.
You know, you'll sour on some things that you liked as a kid sometimes.
You should. You don't. Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
Yeah, that's why. That's kind of where I'm afraid of watching Kroll next week. Cause,
you're going to watch with riff tracks?
I mean, like, I haven't probably watched it in like 10 years, but I don't remember how I feel about it 10 years ago. But I loved it as a kid.
I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I don't think it's the most exciting fantasy movie I could have come up with, but like Kroll it's got an identity all its own, which means
unlike the movie we're watching, reviewing this week.
Right. Yeah. This movie struggled. It's on the struggle bus all the way.
Yeah. Yeah. So should we get into it then?
Do you want to get into it?
We can do that.
Turn out lights, it's the main attraction.
Wanted to remind Goth Chick, who won our mailing list raffle, who gets to pick the last feature, get back to us before the end of next week if you can with your pick. And check your email. I did send you an email, but I'll just reach out to you again. This week's main attraction is Masters of the Universe, which came out August 7th, 1987. Produced by the notorious Golan Globus, who ran Canon Films. And we just recently, within the last year, I believe, did a Canon Films theme and got it all up in the guts of that story. So check that out if you want to hear more. This is the 8th and final feature written by David Odell, who wrote The Dark Crystal and Supergirl, which Supergirl is not very well respected, but The Dark Crystal is held to high esteem. It's another fantasy film. If you've never seen Jim Henson, it's really incredible. And he started as a writer on The Muppet Show. So there's the connection to Henson. He also directed 2 episodes of Tales from the Dark Side. He wrote one of them called No Strings, but then he directed The Yattering and Jack by Clive Barker.
The Yattering?
Yep. The Yattering and Jack. Based on, I don't know if Clive Barker wrote it for the series or if that was like a story he already had written, but I don't remember the episode.
We could speculate all day.
We could. And then it's the only feature directed by Gary Goddard, who's known for producing Captain Power. Do you guys remember Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future?
No.
We had it on Saturday mornings, I think, on like Channel 64 here. It was a syndicated show. And then he also produced and directed a lot of, like, he's responsible, the guy who directed this, for a lot of the in-park themes, theme park attractions where it's an interactive movie. So he did Jurassic Park, the ride, the Terminator ride, the Star Trek experience they used to have in Vegas. Like, he designs that sort of stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. And it was shot by Canon Films cinematographer Hanania Bear, who was basically the DP on every Canon movie I think we watched for Canon Month. So they're just like a staff cinematographer or something. Right. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. And they got Bill Conti to do the score, and that's a pretty big deal. He scored Rocky and The Karate Kid. This score is kind of like, feels like he's ripping off John Williams, though, for some reason.
Yeah, it's very I don't know. It's a good score, but it doesn't have its own personality. It's reminds me of so many. It's like, have I heard this before?
Yes, that's how I felt.
Sounds like a lot of
the theme
of other themes.
Yeah, didn't it all to me sound like variations on the Superman theme and the Star Wars themes.
Right.
Like he was like, I guess maybe that's what they told him they wanted. And if that's the case, he delivered. And then the effects team on this has a really cool pedigree, including Buffy the Vampire Slayer, rest in peace, Giles, and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So these people, what point in their career they were in 87 when they made this.
It didn't destroy everybody's career.
Right. They moved on.
That's good.
The writer and director, obviously, films were not for those guys necessarily going forward after this kind of disaster. This is what ended Canon Film, is this movie.
Why? Because it was so expensive and it didn't do well?
Exactly those two things.
All right, that'll happen.
And
what was the budget? Because it doesn't seem like, I don't want to be mean, but it looks kind of cheap.
Yeah.
Well, there were a lot of corners cut, and the budget on this one, let me see, I can find out for you. I think it was in the 20 million, something like that.
For the 80s, I guess. What is that nowadays? Bucks? 100,000?
You got me in
100 million?
You got me in the one piece of information. Yeah, it was 22 million. I was pretty close. Estimated budget, and it made under 5 its opening weekend.
Wow. Well, that's opening week, but I wonder what the total. Apparently, to make a profit, you have to make 2.5 times your budget. That's what the kind of like the running numbers are right now. Okay. Between like what the theater cut and the marketing budget and stuff like that. So, I think you need to make 2.5 times your budget back.
I think part of the other problem with this movie is the toys themselves started declining in popularity right when they were releasing this movie.
Yeah.
Which also is one of the reasons they kind of let the writers and the director off the hook as far as being strictly adhering to what, Mattel wanted. Because they're like, the toys are not as hot as they used to be, so you can fuck around with this story. You can make the characters look more different than we would have allowed otherwise, and that's maybe why things look so different from the cartoon.
Yeah, what was the thought process behind that?
Just
our own,
making their own version.
Take
of
something,
it.
making it your own, like they do on American Idol or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I think they had a compromise with Orko, and they turned him into Gwildor, who was Billy Barty's character in this, who was Screwball in Legend last week. Got tongue-tied.
You sure did.
But yeah, Billy Barty's back.
I would compare this movie to, like, an analogy I thought of was like Six Flags parks versus Disney parks.
Yes.
Like when you go to a Six Flags park, it just doesn't have that expensive feel that Universal and Disney parks have. They're trying.
Yeah, but there is vomit on the ground still that hasn't been attended to.
And there's constant fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish this movie had more fights.
Like, just when you compare it to like other high fantasy films from this era, you can just tell that they didn't have the budget, or maybe, I don't know, I don't want to insult people, but technical skill.
They bit off more than they could chew. This happened with this movie and Superman 4. Remember that one? The Quest for Peace, where they clone Superman and it looks like a piece of like chicken skin or something. They turned him into an evil Superman. But that was also canon. In those two movies, they swung for the fences. They were like, we're going to make big movies. And that's what screwed them over in the end. Was they were used to making little low budget, like under $1 million movies and cranking them out, distributing them on video, making way more than what they put into them back in profit. And then they did this and they really blew up in their face. But like one of the places where they cut corners was the Orko. Orko was supposed to be in this. It always bothered me. He wasn't in it.
But they couldn't pull off the floating effect.
I think that's what it was. They said it was a special effect issue they couldn't figure out.
Yeah.
Which, why not put the guy in green tights and green screen his legs out?
Freddy's figured it out.
I'm sure they tried that. I'm oversimplifying it, I'm sure.
Like, I get that they couldn't do Orko and they had to do Gwildor?
Yeah, Gwildor.
But I just wish that they chose a different design for him, because he's kind of horrendous to look at.
He's a Thenurian, whatever that is.
The like rippled skin cheeks that are
looks like ball sacks.
Yeah, it's not cool.
They do.
It's real unpleasant to look at.
He's got scrotums for cheeks.
I thought the voice they made him do was awful.
That's kind of Billy Barty's voice, huh?
Well,
have you ever heard him just talk? He kind of sounds like Gwildor.
No.
Yeah, he does though.
If that
Or
is
he
your
did,
voice,
he's
Billy
dead.
Barty, I do apologize, but I agree with Amy that it was a little shrill.
It was
Yeah. His lungs are like 1/3 the size of your lungs because he was so little. Anyway, the setting.
Now that
of
I'm
this
done
movie.
feeling bad. Nope, still feeling bad.
Don't feel bad.
Feeling bad.
Eternia, Castle Grayskull, a nice matte painting of
I thought that looked good.
It looked good. It was a slightly different looking Castle Grayskull too, right? Didn't look like the toy. That's what you get in the new one. Like if you listen to our Topicana about it, but you get a 1-for-1, at least visually, with the toys you grew up with. And this, you don't know what you're getting necessarily. I think that's one of the reasons it didn't connect with the kids who really did love the toys. Then we have Snake Mountain interior, but I don't remember. Did they ever show the exterior of Snake Mountain? That's like a failure there.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just is that throne room at Castle Grayskull or is that at Snake Mountain?
That's at Snake Mountain because they were in there before they took Castle Grayskull.
Okay, because I was confused about where this Skeletor's throne and that bridge and those pits were. It wasn't very. They just kind of throw you in the story too, so it is not like a lot of exposition and explain of what's going on yet.
Yeah, the sense of place when they're in the Eternia segments of the movie, the sense of place is very vague. I never feel like I got a real sense of like the landscape in any real way.
Oh yeah, it's all like just interiors for the most part.
So
and the outside shots of Eternia are just some like Arizona or something.
Yeah, with like a blue filter.
Yeah.
Again, probably budget stuff, but I wish they had done another matte painting of Snake Mountain. I'm sure that also was a fortune to get one of those commissioned. But there's also Robbie's Ribs and Chicken, which is where our lead works.
Courtney
Cox, Julie Winston, which is why I think I want chicken today. Is because there's so much chicken and ribs eating in this movie.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say ribs because the rib eating scene in this movie would turn you off ribs forever, I think.
I don't know. They look pretty good.
No, when Gwildor is eating that barbecue sauce and it drips down his
it gets all in
gross
the
beard.
He drinks
I was like, oh God. It is just covering his beard and just so gross looking.
That was pretty gross. But the ribs themselves look damn good. Fake Hollywood ribs.
Wrapped around white sticks.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they blew their budget on.
Yeah, and then her friend she works with is eating like a fried chicken leg that also looks perfect. And you're like, I just got to have some fried chicken now. Damn.
You're so suggestible.
So, yeah, I know. Courtney Cox, Julie Winston. Did you know she was from Birmingham, Alabama? She's a Southern person?
No.
I didn't either. Blew my mind. She was a model and then an actor. Family Ties is the first place that I remember seeing her in that one Bruce Springsteen video, right? Dancing in the Dark, maybe?
Yeah.
Where he pulls her up on stage. And then she was in Ace Ventura, but then Friends, obviously, Monica Geller. There's another Friends connection in this with the sorceress played her mom on Friends. Pickles.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Christina Pickles. I love that name. But she was on St. Elsewhere too, that actor who plays the sorceress. I thought that was an interesting connection. But anyways, Julie's working as a server at the restaurant there. Robbie's
It's her
Ribs and
last
Chicken.
day.
Yep. Her
She's
parents
moving
are
on.
dead.
She's leaving. Her parents are dead. She has no ties except for her boyfriend, Kevin.
And she's a senior in high school. And her plan is to just go away because she has too many bad memories of what happened to her parents there. I just felt that was kind of the backstory was unnecessary.
They said she was going to Jersey. That's where she was going to go. So they're in California, right?
Do they ever really say it?
Yeah,
I mean, it's obviously
there's
California.
A moment.
It felt like California.
Yeah.
There's a moment where somebody says something that solidifies the location. I can't remember what it was, but I know it was solidified in my brain.
Yeah.
as California.
I mean, it's a lot of LA you're seeing in it.
So she says she's going 3,000 miles away. So that would be probably California to Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
And her boyfriend, this is their last date as well. It's her last shift and their last date together at night at his sound
she's
check.
leaving on a plane.
Yep. And her friend at the restaurant was like, "You're making a big mistake breaking up with that one, Kevin." Because let's be real, it's Tom Paris. What a catch!
It's Tom Paris, Andy. That means nothing to you, but it's a Star Trek thing.
Yeah.
That's
But I felt the relationship. It was weird. He was kind of like a jerk to her in the beginning.
Was he?
Did you guys get that feeling?
No, I didn't get that feeling.
Oh, okay. But it just didn't really portray that this great love story that's being broken up because she's moving across country.
Yeah. No, they feel like they're friends. They don't even necessarily feel like a couple at first. Yeah.
Right.
Which is nice. Because, I mean, if you're going to transition to just being friends, be friends, right? If you can do it. If you're not all the jealous type and everything. But that's Kevin he's the character's a keyboardist for a band called Illusions. And he has perfect pitch, which comes in to be a very important part of the
tones.
story. Yep, the tones. That's Robert Duncan McNeil. We called him Tom Paris. That guy's more of a director and a producer now. But he's Resident Alien was real big with Alan Tudyk. He produced that show. You knew that already, though, right, Amy?
I did.
Because Amy listens to their podcast.
I did for a little while. I haven't listened in a long time, but the Delta Flyers.
Yeah, you enjoyed that pretty much.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. So these are the teenagers who our Eternians have fallen into the lap of their lives.
Because they've lost the cosmic key.
Right. And it landed
in the cemetery that.
Yeah.
Well, we got to tell like what happened in the beginning, how they end up there in the first place. I guess Skeletor has taken over Eternia, and it turns out that Gwildor has created kind of like a teleportation machine. I guess is that what you think it is?
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah. What did they call it again, Amy? You called it
the cosmic key.
The cosmic key. That's right.
Yeah. And that's how Skeletor uses that to defeat the good guys. And
vague story, they don't really.
Well, no, how it works is that's how they got into Castle Grayskull. They stole one of the two. He didn't know there were two cosmic keys, and Skeletor used one to get through the walls of Castle Grayskull, and that's how they took over Castle. That's what he wanted it for.
Yeah, but they have another one, and Skeletor wants to get that key too, but they somehow get teleported to Earth because Skeletor has kidnapped the sorceress, and they have 24 hours. When the sun sets, she's going to die, I guess.
Moonrise.
Sunrise, yeah. Yeah, and once the sorceress dies, Eternia is his.
The power of Grayskull.
She's the protector of Grayskull. The sorceress is the only thing that protects Grayskull. So when she's dead, he gets the power of Grayskull.
Do you see how unnecessarily convoluted this is? You're like, oh, and then. And then.
Was it the original plan for them to get transported to Earth, or did they decide to do that to save on budget?
Yes. The second one, they had a larger portion of the movie took place in Eternia, and it got whittled down and replaced with more Earth stuff, which is the problem I had with the new one too. Too much Earth stuff. But anyways, because I'm in it for Eternia, 100%.
But that was within the first 15 minutes, it was barely Earth stuff. This one is the vast majority of the movie is on Earth, and that was missing because high fantasy movies, you want to be transported to a different world. And not saying Earth is not magical, but when you compare the suburbs to a fantasy land like Eternia, you're going to pick Eternia every time.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm screaming.
Is Eternia supposed to be another planet?
Yeah.
Oh, not like another dimension or anything?
No, because in the Christmas episode of He-Man, kids from Earth end up there, I think, on a spaceship somehow. I can't remember exactly. Do you remember that, Andy? The weird Christmas special they did?
Barely.
It was like the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special, I think. We should look it up. It's a trip. So yeah, the cosmic key lands in the Laurelwood Cemetery. The heroes, they land near Robbie's Ribs and Chicken. And it just so happens that cemetery, Amy said this earlier, is where her parents are buried. So when they go to visit
They died in a plane
her
crash.
their graves, they find that's when what's his nuts? Tom Paris.
Kevin finds the cosmic key. Because it went elsewhere.
And they just pick it up and start pushing buttons.
Yeah.
He does. And he figures out it's some sort of Asian synthesizer.
Yeah.
He kept saying Japanese, and then the other guy said not Japanese.
Well, I remember when they first cut to the cosmic key, it's in a crater and it's kind of steaming, and they still pick it up.
Yeah. You think it should be really hot.
And their reason, their logic came from space or anything. They just think it's an actual instrument from Japan
that somebody dropped.
And it does a light show too. Like it has all these little, but it looks like a digital saxophone or something. And then there's all those buttons, but then there's the big red button that puts on the light show, and all the little forks come spinning out of it too. It's an interesting prop.
Did Gwildor say something about how the universe is music, or
that was like the universe,
the language of the universe is music,
and that's how they could travel through.
It plays tones.
You got to know the tones.
You got to know the tune.
Mm-hmm.
So we did breeze over the Eternian cast real quick, but He-Man, everybody knows Dolph Lundgren. No, not necessarily. I feel that way. Andy feels that everyone knows Dolph Lundgren.
I think everybody knows Dolph Lundgren.
You would think. You get some confused looks from some of these millennials and younger when you bring up people like this you think are huge. But he was huge. Ivan Drago, Rocky IV.
Literally, he's a big guy.
He is a big guy. He said he works out an hour a day. That doesn't sound like much, does it?
Mm-mm.
If he can do it. He has a master's degree in chemical engineering. He was offered a Fulbright scholarship to study at MIT. Did you guys know this about him? How smart he was?
He dated Grace Jones for a while.
Yeah, he was her bodyguard too. I don't know if they really dated. Did they really date, or was that a rumor?
I think they did.
They did live together.
Yeah.
And he was the team leader. This is in '96 for the U.S. modern pentathlon theme for the U.S. Olympic team. What a
He's
career.
Very layered.
Yep. And his acting in this, not so good.
It's real bad.
He can do all those things.
It's not like they gave him a lot to do.
Exactly. He-Man had so little to do.
Maybe they knew that he was not a good actor, and they kind of cut his role down, because I don't think he's that featured that much in this movie at all.
Not really. And his dialogue is overdubbed. They wanted to get a different actor to do it, and his contract forbid that. So they had to have him come back in and overdub his own scenes. So he's also all of your dialogue you're hearing from him. That's not what he delivered in the original scene. They redid it. So all of it sounds kind of awkward.
Yeah.
To me. Skeletor, the other important attorney in here, is Frank Langella, who's awesome. He was Dracula in the 70s. Remember the Dracula he did? He was on Broadway, I think, as Dracula, and then they made the movie where I think it was Donald Pleasance was the Van Helsing in it. It's good if you've never seen it.
I have a little bit of the same complaint that I have with the new one.
Yeah.
Not that I'm Jared Leto's biggest fan or anything, but why hire somebody if you're just going to completely cover them up and change their voice?
He did it because his kids were really excited about it. So that's why even though he's this huge star, really, back then, he let him cover him up. Did it for his kids. I think his kids or his grandkids. I don't know. He always seemed old
silly
to me. Even, when he was young, sexy Dracula, he was the oldest looking Dracula besides Christopher Lee. Anywho. Did you know?
Because you're ranking them.
Speaking of weird couples, he dated Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay.
Skeletor and Whoopi Goldberg. What a weird pairing. He considers this movie his favorite of all the things he worked on. His son, Frank A. Langella III, was a big He-Man fan. That's why he did it. I just saw. There's the specifics. Now you know.
Sweet.
The other villain at the top is Evil Lynn, Meg Foster.
She of the Eyes.
Yeah, we talked about her when we did They Live. And she was at Horror Hound years ago. I think Pittsburgh, maybe. She was really good in this, I thought. They didn't give her much to do.
Well, I can say that with like most of the cast because there's so many people in this goddamn movie.
Yeah, there are too many. Too many characters that could be lead characters. Then you have Man-at-Arms, or they call him Duncan too. This is in the new movie. Idris Elba plays this character.
Steals the show.
He does steal the show. This is John Cypher. This guy was in a movie called Spontaneous Combustion. If you like, nasty old horror movies. He's on Rockford too.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he was on Hill Street Blues. It's his thing that if you grew up in the 80s, you would know him from. I think he's a good Man-at-Arms. He looks like the character from the cartoon quite a bit. Got that vibe. He looks like a true grizzled old man.
It's funny that they made a movie around the toys and there's not that many characters from the toys in this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
I need his sidekicks and his more villains,
like Ram Man, like how in the new one. Yeah,
I mean, it's like I need more than Man-at-Arms and Tila because they're just humans. I need more fantastical sidekicks than just humans in armor.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't even bother with the tiger.
Yeah, well, if they couldn't get Orko right,
they were going to have to spray paint some poor tiger.
Yeah. They don't have a good track record. Canon with animals, like that Going Bananas movie. Look up Going Bananas and you'll know what I mean. Dom DeLuise. And you'll see why they don't make animal movies at Canon after that.
Were they injured?
No, it's just a man in a suit and it's really ridiculous.
Oh.
It's like they try to turn into like an E.T. kind of story. It's just a real messy movie. Then we have Man-at-Arms' daughter, Tila, who she's on NCIS New Orleans. I don't know if you guys...
Oh, we gonna have some fun.
But we knew
Kelley
her
would
from
have done that better.
Death Spa. Remember Death Spa? No?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
And we know her from The Pickles, too.
The Pickles.
The classic.
The Dark Half, too. But she was or is still married to Scott Bakula. And she went out for
She's Mrs. Bakula?
She's Mrs. Bakula, the bride of Bakula. And she went out to be Captain Janeway. Lost the role, obviously, but so she's married to if she had gotten it, that'd be two Star Trek captains married to one another.
Whoa.
It was this close.
Whoa.
Yeah. So where are we? We are
pushing our glasses up our nose with that nerdy fact. That's where we are.
So we've gotten past the cemetery. Charlie's music store. He takes it to his buddy Charlie. That's where Amy was saying that
the cosmic key.
Yeah, the cosmic key. And I don't know. He just wants him to identify it, and the guy can't do it. And shortly after that, the baddies start turning up because the signal went out when they started futzing with it. And the baddies track him to the high school.
Yeah, they send these 4 dudes that are terrible at their jobs.
It's Beastman.
4 henchmen.
From the cartoon, Beastman. Saurod, which is the lizard guy, is a toy, though. You remember that guy? They didn't do a great job with him in this, but Saurod was the one who... He had that cool effect, like the bladder in his neck in this movie where he's breathing. And then Blade's the guy with the swords. And Karg is the one with the big teased out hair who is in the new movie. Did you catch him in the new movie?
Yeah. I found his character design to be very ugly.
Yeah.
That hair. Oh my God. Most of his body is hair.
Yeah. It's all teased out too, which I love it.
It was just dry and ridiculous.
He's got to bump it under there maybe.
Has to.
I think it was cool hair, but combined with the lizard face is not a good look.
Yeah, he had a weird face. but he's memorable because when I saw him in the new one, I was like, that guy's from the first movie. I remember him being so ugly, and he stood out because he didn't look like any He-Man. Any He-Man toy I remembered, you know.
And he's just a little guy too.
Yeah,
he's like maybe 4 feet, 5 feet, and like I said, most of his height is hair.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's all hair or is it skull under there?
Like the like Toad from Super Mario.
Yeah.
It's just a hair skull.
I mean, do they have hairspray and like rollers in Eternia, or is his hair just actually naturally do that?
These are all good questions that we'll never know the answers to. But the baddies, they destroy the high school, right? It is the high school they burned down, right?
Yeah, because there's going to be Kevin's band's supposed to play that. I guess the prom or going away dance, graduation dance.
The Illusions.
And and they attack Courtney Cox to try to kidnap her or kill her. And the gym gets engulfed in flames, and that looked very, very dangerous.
It looked too real, yeah. It was like, this looks like it got out of hand.
Because they have those streamers like in Carrie hanging from the ceiling, and they just catch on fire. I was like, I was actually worried for that building and the actors.
That was a middle school they shot in, a real middle school
that they burned down.
I don't know how they did the fire effect. For all I know, they might have created like a little set they could burn down that was a double or something. But yeah, so this is how my favorite character ends up in the story is because he first ends up. This is the cop, Lubick.
Oh, he's your favorite character?
Yeah, I love him. I love this actor, actually.
Oh, God, he was so annoying.
Oh, I love him. He's so funny. Like, it's James Stewart Tolkien, who was the principal in Back to the Future, famously. But he also worked with our friend John on Bone Tomahawk. And sadly, he died, actually, just on March 26th. But he was 94 years old.
Ooh, good run.
But he shows up. It's the same character he is in every movie. He's just like the principal in Back to the Future, just a ball buster,
just an angry cop.
Yeah, and he first the music store. What happened at the music store? I can't remember. Did they just have a fight with? It was just the low level goons that we just talked about, right? That had the fight with He-Man at the music store, and then the cop ends up there. Am I crazy?
That comes in later.
Is that later?
Where the Darth Vader helmet people come in?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally forgot the little legion of armored men. Those guys are very Star Warsy.
They are the red shirts. They're there to be killed instead of the named bad guys. Named
cannon
henchmen.
Fodder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are more plot. There's more story, but basically, they need to get the cosmic key to get back to Eternia to save the sorceress. But Skeletor sends his minions to get the cosmic key so they can stop the He-Man from coming back to Eternia. Whereas, like, I thought, just leave him there.
Leave him on Earth?
Yeah. And wait it out.
Not your problem anymore, right? Yeah, because he's gone. That's not a bad point, Andy. That's like the whole take the Eagles to Mordor argument. But
then at one point, Evelyn actually gets hold of the key, and they could have just destroyed it and stranded He-Man on Earth forever.
Do you think that it was too powerful for them to destroy it? Like they didn't want it to be destroyed, maybe?
I mean, they still have their cosmic key, so like, and
when they
if your
want
goal
both
is
of
just
them?
to take over Eternia,
yeah.
Just take a loss and destroy one of the cosmic keys.
Did you notice like Skeletor talks about being lonely just like the darkness in last week's movie? When he's like, He-Man, is it lonely being a good guy? It's lonely being a bad guy. I'm paraphrasing.
It's basically what he said.
We're not so different, you and I.
He ends up taking He-Man as a slave back to Eternia.
And then some S&M shit starts up.
Yeah.
It's very Starship Troopers when Casper Van Dien got whipped in front of everybody.
Yeah. It's a display. They put Dolph Lundgren on display. They oil him up real good. And then they whip him with a magical whip. Poor He-Man. They never once call him Adam, do they?
No, he's always He-Man, and this is not an origin story.
Yeah.
We never saw the bob and the pink shirt.
Yeah.
Instead, we got a mullet
and a cape. He doesn't have a cape in the TV show.
That seemed a little excessive and unnecessary.
He looked pretty cool though. It was a pretty cool look. The sword is completely wrong from that's another place where there's like, fuck whatever the source material says.
Fuck it.
We're going to go our own way. And he is a cool looking character. They don't give him anything real interesting to do, but he's real cool.
The coolest.
The coolest.
So then, help me remember.
Evil Lynn, there's some shit going down where Evil Lynn's starting to suspect that maybe Skeletor doesn't love her. That's the beeline, right?
Okay.
Which kind of happens in the new one a little bit too, where they have like the Joker Harley Quinn relationship. And she in some aspect turns on him in this movie, but I can't remember how. And
I think she just walks away at one point.
Is it she just leaves him?
Yeah.
And He-Man gets his sword back. He does the Power of Grayskull line, and you
got to wait the whole damn movie.
He and Skeletor have this big fight while our supporting cast has been also sucked back to Eternia. So the kids are there, the other Eternians, they're doing their part. And who else? The hero of the movie, Detective Lubick.
Okay, my problem with him is that he kept trying to arrest Kevin and Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Trying to get that damn thing back, and he was always a doubting Thomas about what this thing was, even though he saw these aliens come and try and shoot laser pistols and all these beast people and
possible
weird looking things.
Yeah.
And he's still trying to arrest and get the stupid cosmic key back, and instead of finally realizing that shit's getting serious. And he still has his own agenda, even though when things are really going crazy and haywire.
Yeah, that's why it cracks me up, because they don't need him in this movie at all. There's no purpose for him to be in it, but that's why I love it's like such a Golan Globus thing. Like they had such bad instincts, but it made for some really funny things that just you wouldn't see in another movie, and one of them is this guy. I don't think he's so wedged in, but the performance is I think so good that it like elevates this part that shouldn't even exist to being maybe my favorite part of the movie, especially the way his story wraps up.
His performance was like he's on the verge of a heart attack at any moment.
Yeah, he had a lot of intensity.
So like that's the problem. You don't need to complicate a He-Man story. Just keep it simple, stupid. Kiss.
Yeah. Again, I argue never leave Eternia on any of these movies if they're going to make more of them. Man, just deliver that sweet Eternia magic. So He-Man
kicks Skeletor into I know he doesn't really kick him, but he kicks him into a hole.
A pit, right? It's like he does the whole long Hans Gruber fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a post credit. We'd skip the post credit that I did watch for it again.
But at this point, Skeletor has transformed himself into Super Skeletor.
Oh, yeah. Because he's got,
his staff is a little bigger.
Yeah, he has this big, very flamboyant armor on.
Oh, my God.
I guess that fits because he's kind of a queen anyway.
Dude, visually, that's the best moment in the movie, right? When he comes out in the gold armor.
Mm-hmm. Remind me of, I think they kind of ripped off Galactus a little bit. That's what it reminded me of.
From
Galactus
from the comic?
Yeah.
They admitted to the Jack Kirby comic Fourth World. Have you ever read that? They pulled a lot of stuff from that. They admitted to that.
Yeah. And also, there's a lot of moments that look like Star Wars with especially these Stormtrooper type Darth Vader helmets,
Yeah.
and when Skeletor comes to Earth and he's on his floating throne, that was very Darth Sidious.
What did you think of the float? There's essentially a scene of him going down the main street of this town on this. It's supposed to be a hovering ship, but it's clearly like a float, and and the actor's sitting on top of it. It's just, I feel like it would go right into the parade, man. It's so funny.
Yeah. So Skeletor's donezo. Everybody's happy. Officer, what's his name again?
Lubick. He decides they throw all kinds of like love on him because he helped get rid of Skeletor, and now he's getting like mass pussy, and he's like, I'm staying.
He's already got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
What has it been, a day?
It's been hours. Has it only been? I mean, it feels to me like was there a lapse of time between defeating Skeletor and her leaving, like Dorothy, in the Wizard of Oz?
It seemed like immediate. Skeletor falls in the pit, and all of a sudden we see Lubick in a like toga with his slave girl or something.
I think it's his new wife.
I don't know.
It's
made me uncomfortable.
It was a funny moment because there's so many characters that it's just something that happened. It doesn't feel like anything led up to it. And
I feel it was unearned too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I mean too. Yeah.
Like, how come he's been running interference the whole movie, and all of a sudden he decides to finally help the cause, and they reward him by making him this high figure with this new wife.
Yeah, they that's kind of what happened to 3PO with the Ewoks. It feels like they just get acclimated. They go native. That's what they call that, right?
He went quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
We didn't talk about Evil Lynn's wicked plan to lure Courtney Cox away from her friends, where she appears to her as her dead mother.
This was so stupid. The reasoning behind it.
Yeah, her explanation to her why she's been gone, her and her husband. Yeah.
Because she says, she tells Courtney Cox, "Hey, we need that shiny thing for our work." Is it implied that they were spies or something?
That's what she was telling her, is that they had to fake their deaths, basically, is the line that this fake version of her mom is telling her. But it's really just all a trick to kidnap her, basically.
And it totally works.
Yeah.
No, to get the cosmic key.
Well, it's to get the cosmic key. Yeah. But don't they? Oh, no, they never do kidnap her, do they?
No.
They skip over that particular trope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Courtney Cox just buys that line, hook, line, and sinker that her parents were spies.
I think she wants to believe it so badly, and she sees her mom. She is her mom.
Because the whole thing is, she thinks she could have prevented their death. That because she didn't go, they were supposed to do something else that day,
and she wanted to be with him.
But she wanted to be with Kevin instead. So her parents went on this little plane jaunt and died. So when it's time to send her back to Earth, Gwildor sends her back to the day that her parents got in the plane accident before. So she's sent back before they get on the plane so she can stop them.
Which Gwildor has never mentioned prior to this, right? That you can also travel through time and space with this.
So he just created a new timeline, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he just fractured the whole space-time continuum by sending her back.
Erased a year.
Here's the problem, right?
Lives.
Is that she'll never go to her parents' grave, and they'll never find the cosmic key to begin with.
Paradox.
Yeah, maybe it just turns out fine.
But there's a universe where Courtney Cox and Kevin are just gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, they just went missing.
If there's infinite universes, there's one where Skeletor ate them. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah, this movie's not great.
No, it's not great at all.
No. Here's the thing.
It's fun, though. I do enjoy it.
It's not great, but it's not outright bad either. You know? I don't know.
I know from bad movies, and I think this is a bad movie.
Andy, compared to Legend, How do you feel comparing this
I
to
had more
what you
fun
watched
with
last
this
week?
than Legend.
You had more fun? Yeah.
Yeah, this movie is way more fun than Legend.
So like I don't know, to me it was just kind of just static. It was nothing reached really high heights. It was just kind of there, but it never got so bad where it's like, ugh, you know?
Yeah, it was fun to watch. I tried to watch it a second time, like I do with a lot of the movies, just to get things I missed. I couldn't do it a second time. So close together. Maybe years from now I want to watch it again, but like I was like, oh, this is hard to watch a second time.
Yeah. It's like I know kind of the things I said on the podcast about this doesn't really reflect how I maybe really feel, but because I kind of went in hard on this movie a little bit, but it's not that bad to me.
For a movie that destroyed a studio, you would think it's much worse than it really is.
Yes. Yes. Is it destroy an entire studio worth it? No.
Like you can just see mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made. They started with the script.
What about you, Amy? Where do you stand on this?
It's a bad movie. But it's a fun bad movie. So, there's rewatchability if you're with a bunch of buddies and you just want to laugh at something.
How do you feel it compares to the new one?
New one's way better.
You do like the new one a lot more?
I liked the new one a lot more.
What about you, Andy?
Oh, definitely, because it takes place on a whole different planet that's fantastical and like wondrous.
Yeah.
It's not Earth.
Now I want to see the new one again just to,
And you just said
see if I
when we
still
were
like
leaving the new one, you said, I don't think I'll ever need to watch it again.
Yeah, that's what I said. To me, I rated them both the same. I gave them both a 6 out of 10. Yeah.
6 for this movie for 1987?
The reason is for this, it's
really
I'm rating it
6
based upon the
I'd give it a 3.
things that went wrong as much as the things that went right.
Yeah.
It's a cult movie.
5. Yeah.
You handicap it, Freddy, because it's Golden Globus, and you have a soft spot in your heart for Canon film.
Right. I can't grade it in a vacuum.
Andy, I can't understand why you would give this a 5.
I mean, it's just an average film to me.
Yeah.
It's because 5 is like a C grade.
Yeah.
See, like I feel like this has an interesting attempt.
Okay.
Sometimes
tell
for
that
me,
they
an attempt
tried.
is as valuable as something that lands. Like obviously the new version aesthetically is way more sophisticated and refined, but also like look at how many people worked on one versus the other, and so like to me, there's a little more humanity in this movie. All its warts
and all. All right, I get you. Anything else we want to say about Masters of the Universe?
They were going to make a sequel.
Yeah.
I bet you they thought they were.
They thought they were going to make a sequel.
All right. Well, now it's the time on the show where we move on and talk about the other things we've got going on. The other things that our eyeballs have feasted uponst. I'm going to start with Freddy. What else you been watching, Mr. Morris?
Well, I did watch Lee Cronin's Mummy. I liked it pretty well, Andy. It was good. Good enough. It's almost what you said as far as like, it felt a lot like Evil Dead to me, but that's not my movie. I just wanted to say I saw it finally. I'm watching newer movies. I'm very proud of myself. But then I watched another one. As Lee Cronin's Mummy was fun. Another like maybe 6 out of 10. Just like Masters of the Universe. So take that for what it is. But Bodycam is not great.
Is that your movie?
That's my movie. I'll go ahead and tell you it's like a 5 out of 10. Because it has a couple of
It's just 1
scenes.
point lower.
Yeah. Well, it's the 5 out of 10 for me is a movie that has like sound I can hear, dialogue I can understand, and it's cut together in a way that makes sense. So it's pretty low, the bar. When you get below 5, you're talking about some really crazy shit. But Bodycam is just a very mediocre found footage movie that could have been great because it's literally 2 cops, body cams, telling the whole story. And one of them does something that maybe they think they shouldn't have done, and it's caught on the body cam, and a lot of it's them trying to get out of it, the trouble they're in. And that's
is it a supernatural like a horror thing, or is
it's a horror movie,
just like a procedural type thing? Okay,
no, it's definitely a horror movie. It's a found footage horror movie, and there's a supernatural twist. We've watched so many found footage movies, and this came up during all of that, and it just sounded compelling to me.
It sounded compelling, but then the reviews I started reading of it, I was like, oh, well, maybe never mind.
Yeah, it has a couple of good moments.
And then
but
I watched it with you, and I'm like, oh, well, never mind.
Yeah.
It did squander it.
I'd love to see somebody else do this. This concept doesn't have to be trashed. You know, somebody else could come along and do a body cam horror movie. I think it's a great medium. It's a specific kind of found footage, you know. It feels like you're being let in right off the bat into something you're not supposed to be seeing, you know. The big blue wall stuff.
Thin
and then
blue
to put
line.
Yeah, and then to put
That's what they say.
thin blue line is what they say, yeah, about the big blue wall is about the cover-ups and you know what I mean, like the family, you're one of us, we're gonna take care of you kind of thing, like they have on Blue Bloods with the secret society in that first season or whatever. I don't still watch that, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Geriatric motherfucker.
But yeah, I don't necessarily recommend it.
I didn't think some of the acting wasn't great. There weren't even that many.
I mean, they did what they could have.
Yeah.
These two guys had to carry a majority.
It was just
of it.
very mediocre, what Freddy said. I mean, if you're not doing anything else and you simply have to watch a found footage movie and you've seen every other one.
Yeah.
Every other one.
Well, is this a recent movie?
Yeah.
Or is it
It's new.
a couple years old? Oh, okay.
It's newish, but not for me.
Be like
But I was hooked for the first, they got me in the first 15 minutes. I was into it, but it kind of fell apart for me.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
It was
you
my
for
pleasure.
your book report.
You're very welcome.
I'll go next, like I usually do. I have been on my Agatha Christie kick. You know, I've been reading a lot of Agatha Christie. I'm reading Sherlock Holmes now, which is a little bit different. I've switched over my historical detective novels to Sherlock Holmes now. But I was on Netflix the other day and I was browsing and it came up the Agatha Christie's 7 Dials. And it's a 3-episode limited series and it's extremely British. So I was like, why the fuck not? And I turned it on. It was really good. I highly recommend it.
Way better than Bodycam.
Way better than Bodycam. It's a little mystery wherein it has 3 endings and you're like, that's a great ending. And then it has another ending and you're like, wait, okay, that's pretty good. And then it has another ending and you're like, okay, this is stupid, but thank you. That was pretty good, I guess. That's kind of how the ending goes. But the actual story is there's this, there's a mysterious death at an English manor house. And they're like, nobody believes that it was, a murder except for this one young woman. She wants to prove, that something bad happened. And then some more murders happen and some more dead bodies show up. And then she gets more and more involved.
She's awesome.
She's great.
This actress is so good.
And then there's Martin Freeman, who's an actual Scotland Yard detective. And he's like, they butt heads and get into it because, he's like the actual detective and she's just a young woman.
Good chemistry between those two.
Yeah. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was so cozy. The house porn was out of this world. They go to this setting called Wyvern Abbey. And the amount of wood on the walls, I loved it. It was rich.
It was real immersive too.
It was rich wood. If I could have fuck you money, the inside of my home would look like an English manor house, but way more weather tight and stuff. I hear the upkeep on some of those places. It's crazy.
So you would fake it.
I'd fake it on the inside.
Yep.
That's how I would do it.
So why are there 3 different endings? Is it like Clue, or they filmed 3 different endings?
No, there aren't really 3 endings. It just feels like it ends 3 times. You get this one where you're like, whoa.
And that could have been it.
And then you get another like, whoa.
You get a very the third ending Amy's talking about is drastically different in tone from the entirety of the rest of the series.
Yeah.
And it makes you go, what? It feels tacked on, but it's also real silly and kind of fun. Like it makes you wonder, oh, they're getting another season apparently, for sure, based on this ending. And
I'd watch another season.
Yeah, and it's fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
There was no Miss Marple, no Poirot. It was just this young lady who went by the nickname Bundle. Like a bundle of things.
Of joy.
Does it take place in old-timey times?
1925.
Oh, and she's itty bitty. Like she couldn't be over like 5 feet, maybe. And she drives this big old car. It's such a cool. It is just visually, it's very cool. It's cinematic as hell. She's like tearing ass in this. I don't know what kind of car that is, but she's going for 1920, whatever. She's going pretty fast. And like they recreate London of the era, and it looks like a big budgeted movie. It's really cool.
Is it like an Ahooga type car?
Yeah, it's like a roadster of some kind from the era.
Something British.
The driving scenes in this are really cool. Which, that shouldn't be something you say about a movie where it's not a car chase. But the driving scenes in this really were like, wow. Well shot.
Well-maintained specimens.
Yeah.
For the cars. Yeah. Agatha Christie's 7 Dials. I recommend if you're into that sort of thing.
Oh, thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Andy.
So, that's my cue to go. I watched I Love Boosters.
Oh, yeah. Boots
It's
Riley,
the new
right?
Boots Riley movie. I hadn't seen his previous movie. Was it?
Sorry to bother you?
Freddy? Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah, so and I guess he's involved in Atlanta, right? Or something.
Yeah, I think he may have directed some of their episodes.
Yeah,
his style is consistent with the style of that series for sure.
Yeah, so I was not familiar with his work because I hadn't seen Sorry to Bother You or Atlanta, but a friend Ivar wanted to see it, so I went with him, and I really enjoyed it. It's I appreciate when filmmakers have their own style.
Yeah.
And I like big swings. This is a very maximalist movie. I would say it's kind of like a stoner comedy too. And there's a lot of absurdity and surrealism too. It's very distinct, the look of it and the feel of it. It's just, when you watch it, it just feels like alive.
Well, does he still use a lot of like real bright fluorescent colors and stuff in there?
Yeah.
I love him. He is so damn creative.
Yeah. But that being said, sometimes big swings, sometimes there's too big of a swings, and when directors are untethered, it can get kind of indulgent. And really?
Did he do that? He did that in this one?
There's a couple of times where I just felt he lost the plot a little bit, and it was more about style than sticking to the story, and he was just doing things just to do them. I mean, I appreciate them, but it felt kind of disjointed from the main plot.
Yeah, that guy is still very much in that frame set of he's an artist and not a storyteller. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That happens. I feel that happens with some of his stuff. You hit stumbling blocks like that as an audience member.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to it is so specific, the feel and look of this movie, that you can't say like it needs editing, because I think he put out exactly what he wanted on screen, and it's hard to say like what to cut or anything like that. But to me, the movie kind of is just dragged on a little bit. But I do recommend it a lot because it's just really funny, and like I said, just alive, and and the cast, Keke Palmer's in it. She's always great.
Yeah.
And who's the black child from It?
Mike Hanlon.
The actor.
I mean, I don't know the actor's name.
I can find out.
No, but like that character. Remember Welcome to Derry? His mother.
Yes.
That actress is in it too, and she's really good. The whole cast is really good. Demi Moore's in it too, and they really throw themselves into their roles.
What's it about?
It's about boosters. They're about shoplifters. They steal from these clothing stores and sell it for lower prices.
Kind of Robin
and they're basically targeting Demi Moore, this character who owns all these high-end stores, and she does some. It's justified because Demi Moore's character is really shady, and you root against the shoplifters.
Gotcha.
You root for the shoplifters, yeah.
Yeah.
You, Andy, you might want to check out I'm a Virgo. It's a TV series, only 7 episodes. It's on Prime, but it's him, and it's really wild. It's fun.
Yeah. So, I recommend. I love boosters. There's a lot of laugh out loud moments.
Did it have fairy tale bits at all? Because he likes to put a little fairy tale stuff in sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to see this
one. Like recent stuff, it reminds me of like The Bride or Beau is Afraid, where these directors just take really big swings.
I haven't seen either one of those yet.
Sometimes it's not really all successful, but I just appreciate it when filmmakers really go for it.
All right. Well, thank you, Andy.
Gracias.
Thank you.
At the end of every show, we say hi to our Beelzebubs. Patreon.com/NOTLP if you want to become one, or you want to give us money, or you just want to see what you can get over there. Do that.
Some of you are getting mugs in the mail right now.
So watch the fuck out. Beelzebubs are Matt, Branan and Emily, Dr. Brian, Old Dirty Bill Sturd, Bill Fahrner, Blayne Yogurt, Jordache Jeans, Monica, Ernest, Dave, and Shayna Bobena.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
We'll be back with Crawl.
All right, bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed when his old buddy Leatherface put on Dawn of the Dead. And Igor made the nachos in a severed human head, and they enjoy the movie with their friends. David Kessler walks the streets of London